everybody, it's Kyle. Coming to you from the car. Yeah, getting my shots. Oh man, it has been quite a week since I last talked to you guys. I mean, a week ago today, I would have just been driving back from the yurt. But anyway, been full of, the days since then have been full of planning, getting ready, and everything for this big trip to New York City. As a matter of fact, we went and bought some luggage. We only have like some pretty old, ugly luggage, but a couple years ago we got April a real nice piece of luggage, and she loves it, and so we really kind of wanted something similar. I don't need anything that big, but it's almost cheaper to get something a little bigger than it is to get something small. So that's what we ended up doing. So got all three of us, myself, my son, and my daughter. We all got one last night. And other than that, I mean, we're just getting ready to get going. I mean, so that's something really good that's going on in my life, is getting ready, having the ability and the opportunity to go get things like that you need. I mean, there's other things we've been looking at and getting as well. Another battery pack for phones and stuff like that. A couple backpacks for, ones that store like in your pocket, and then you can open them up and everything. It's a pretty good sized backpack for when we're there in the city, and people will buy things and we'll need to carry them around. Nobody wants to carry shopping bags all day. So there's that. And then the other thing is jackets. It's supposed to be kind of rainy, a little bit cold when we're there. And so like nothing's really waterproof, but a waterproof / resistant raincoat that's fleece lined, with bunches of pockets and stuff in it. I mean, we're able to just grab those things when we need them. So I'm very happy that we're fortunate to be able to do that when we see the need for things like that, and have the ability to go take trips like this. The ability to send the kids next year for music program, to send them to LA with their school and their leaders there and the teachers there. I mean, that's awesome. It's a good life to be able to do those things. I know a lot of people just kind of go through life and they don't show appreciation for stuff like that, but I'm very appreciative. I'm very happy that my life has gone the way it has, and I have a pretty good life, very great wife and a pretty good life. But anyway, yeah, so that's what's going on. I'm going to take a quick break, throw it over to Kyle. When I come back, I'm going to talk about some things that I'm into right now, including a pretty good sized purchase that I made. And it's specifically timed for this trip, but I was kind of looking at doing it anyway. So I'll talk to you guys about that when I get back. Let me throw it over here. Hey, Kyle. All right, and we're back. All right, so what am I into right now? Well, first things first, I want to talk about this purchase that I made. So, I love my Panasonic Lumix FZ300. It's a great camera. Everything that it does is pretty amazing. It's incredible how old it is, and it shoots 4K video at 30 frames a second. It will do that kind of, quick rattle off 30 frames or so shot, so you can get some action and sports and stuff like that if you need. It's just a good camera all the way around. I really like it. It's big. That's the biggest problem I see with it. And I was thinking about, when we go to New York, the ability to just pull a camera out and take a couple pictures real quick, whether we're on a little boat out there, near the Statue of Liberty or something like that, or whether we're just walking around the city and we see something cool that we want to get a picture of. That's going to be something that's interesting to us. And I love this Galaxy Fold phone. It's amazing. but the cameras aren't great, you know? And I've seen other phones too. I mean, the S23 Ultra, it's a phone, you know? The latest iPhone, whatever it is, 14 Pro Max, Ultra, whatever, it's still a phone, you know? And even the Sony, their Xperia phones, the real high-end, gosh, I want to say they're as much as this Fold is. They're nice, they're beautiful, and they shoot pretty darn good pictures most of the time. But they're phones, you know? Someday they'll be able to make it so you can have a high-quality camera and a phone in the same device, and many other things. But it's just not there yet. So I was kind of looking for a real small, fit-in-your-pocket point-and-shoot. And ended up catching one on sale. And it is the Canon G7X, and it's the Mark II series, not the Mark III. The Mark III shoots 4K video, which is awesome. But the Mark II still just shoots 1080p, but it does shoot 60 frames a second, which is great. But yeah, it from everything I've read and heard about, it's an incredible camera for the money and for the size. And so, yeah, I just kind of pulled the trigger on that and picked it up yesterday. And it is neat as hell, man. And it is small. And it's very well made, you know. It's all machined metal. And it even has a rotating ring around the lens that you can set to do whatever you want. Right now, I have it set for manual focus, but you can set it to do a variety of things. I probably will change that out, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's a nice camera, and I'm really looking forward to getting some good photographs when we're in New York, because it really is kind of a once in a lifetime trip for us as a family, for sure. And I just want to make sure that we get good images. Your pictures are important to us. We do love taking pictures and everything, but I like taking them as well as I can. And as well as I can did not involve my phone or bringing along a pretty good size Lumix FC300. So I'm excited. It's a neat little camera, like I said, and it does have some limitations. You know, there's no microphone input, stuff like that, you know. But other than that, I mean, it shoots pretty nice video, and it definitely shoots great pictures. So I'm looking forward to getting some good action pics with that thing. I got a couple cards ready to go. I am going to try with only one battery and just see how it goes. You know, I figure if I charge that battery up overnight and then take it out with us all day, I'd be surprised if I go through that battery in a day, in less than a day. So anyway, yeah, so that's kind of cool. That's exciting to me. I'm jazzed to get any new device. You guys know that. But this one's definitely pretty neat for what it is. And this isn't a brand spanking new model either. This model's a few years old. But really the features and stuff on it are amazing. So, yeah, anyway, okay, enough about that camera. I will put some pictures of it and maybe a couple pictures I've taken with it. I haven't taken many yet, up in the note or in the photos link, so you can check that out. Let's see, music. I listen to a lot of music. As a matter of fact, I believe my copy of the Strokes first album is going to be here today. I think I picked that thing up for like $17, and that's a great record. I know my wife really likes their sound and Julian Casablancas' voice, you know. So yeah, that'll be a fun one to spin. I think it'll definitely get a lot of play around the house. I've been listening a lot to that new Gorillaz album. I love it. I think it's really solid. And, you know, like I said earlier last week or whatever, I think it's a much more approachable and mainstream record than their last few have been. They haven't, even starting really with Plastic Beach, they kind of started getting a little odd, you know, and I don't mind odd, but it's more like, hey, I don't care if this has a good beat and people can dance to it. I'm going to put this song out because I want to do it. And that's kind of how it felt, which is fine, you know. But it didn't lend itself very well to the style of music that Gorillaz plays. So that's just my opinion. And then, of course, you know, the Erykah Badu records, But You Can't Use My Phone, and New America Part 2, I think Return of the Ankh is what that one's called, or Ankh, however you pronounce that. Those are amazing. Definitely am loving listening to those. Yeah, that's about it on music. Like I said, I'll enjoy listening to that Strokes record for sure. I remember when that came out, and I worked part-time at a Gomer's, which is a liquor store in Midtown, Kansas City here. And this guy had it, and he played it all the time. He brought the CD in, and he put that sucker in the CD changer, and we just played that album all the time. It's a good one. So looking forward to hearing that one again. All right. Well, what am I watching? Yeah, we've kind of fallen off a little bit. I mean, we are caught up on The Mandalorian. And, you know, there'll be a new episode coming out this Wednesday, and that's awesome. But we are not caught up on Last of Us. And I know the season 1 finale came about this weekend. We're not even close. We're a few episodes away from that. But it is a great show. I'm looking forward to watching more of it. I also did watch the MH370 documentary on Netflix. That's the airplane, I believe it was Malaysian Airlines, that is 777, that just disappeared. Straight up just disappeared off the face of the earth in 2014. And I remember them doing these massive searches in the Indian and Pacific Ocean, and I was just like, well, I mean, good luck. Some of it's going to show up at some point somewhere, but it might be kind of hard to track down in that giant drink, or a couple of drinks that we're talking about here. The documentary is interesting because it goes a lot into a lot of the conspiracy theories and stuff like that people had about where this plane went. And man, the French really were out there on a limb with some of these, man. Some of their theories are just crazy. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an American, because one of theirs is pretty anti-American idea. But I'm just saying it because it's pretty strange. There's a lot of supposition going on. And it's almost too hard to believe. To be honest with you, the whole thing is too hard to believe. To me, it's too hard to believe that a plane in this modern age could just disappear and we never hear any more about it. All those people gone, everything gone, and we never hear or see anything else about it. But I do know that parts of the Pacific Ocean down there, and even the South China Sea, the Indian Ocean, I know there are parts that are like 3 miles deep, you know? So, yeah, if you're strapped into that plane and it's wrecking and that plane hits the water and you're still strapped in, you're going to go 3 miles deep, you know, if that's where it hit. But there's all kinds of crazy, whacked out conspiracy theories and ideas about where it went. And, yeah, they just seem really bizarre to me. But anyway, great documentary. I will tell you right now, you're not going to figure out what happened. You're going to be left with the same amount of questions, really, as you were when you started it. But it's still a very informative, well-made documentary. So check it out when you get a chance. It's a good one. And really, not much else other than that. I know that I've been talking with Mikey a lot about the stuff that's coming up from Marvel. We're definitely excited about Deadpool 3. Because Wolverine's going to be in it, and I know that kind of is going to drive the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah, they've made their own films before through Fox and stuff, but to be part of that new Disney, Marvel universe is a big thing. And I really don't see him doing it any other way except, bringing in some of the people that have played these iconic characters before. I don't know about Patrick Stewart, but Hugh Jackman as Wolverine is pretty much straight up money. So, and then you got the relationship between him and Ryan Reynolds. It's going to be a great Deadpool film for sure. And then reading up a little bit about Daredevil, that Daredevil series that's going to be on Disney Plus also sounds really interesting. And the fact that they're going to use the same Wilson Fisk, I think it's Wilson Fisk, but they're going to use the same character there and the actor that played that in his TV show. And then also they're going to use Joe Bernthal's version of The Punisher in it. That's exciting to me because I think that's a good depiction of the Punisher and Daredevil and all of that, and I think that it'll meld well with other things that are coming. I know Marvel Secret Wars is the big thing that's on the horizon, so this means that pretty soon we'll have the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom in there, and we'll also have the X-Men as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So there's going to be the ability to make a lot of offshoot films and stories. So looking forward to that. All right. That was kind of a wandering off there. What am I reading? Not much. I need to get back into reading a little bit this week. I've kind of fallen off there. There's some things that I as a matter of fact, I think I even bought a trade paperback of something. I just need to read. That's all. I'm bad. I know. Bad, Kyle. Bad. All right. Gaming. Really not much at all. Just the same stuff. Pretty much on my phone. Haven't really played hardly anything on the Steam Deck. Again, I'm hoping that that's something I'm going to be doing, but we're just so busy right now. Last weekend's the first weekend we haven't had a volleyball tournament in forever. So we will have one this coming weekend, and after that, I think the next one will be after we get back from New York. We'll be home for about a day, and then we've got to drive to St. Louis because there's a big tournament, 3-day tournament down there. So it's going to be a busy few weeks, starting this Saturday, really, and going through next week, get everything building up to leaving, and then getting back in a hurry and turning and burning and going down to St. Louis for that tournament. So it's cool and it's fun and all that stuff. It's just a lot. That's all. It's a lot to deal with, and we're going to be exhausted when we get back from New York. But hey, here we go, right? I'm sure my daughter will be full of energy, just like normal. But my wife and I are going to be dragging. So we'll see. Yeah. So not much gaming, not much reading. Podcasts, kind of the same old. Hell and Gone is fantastic. And I will tell you guys, if you start listening to that, you're going to be addicted. And there's 4 seasons, so there's 4 stories. All 4 are legitimately amazing. So give that one a listen when you get a chance. And then also another new episode of I Survived came out today. So been listening to that a little bit, and I should get that knocked out today. So yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, just getting ready for madness. Getting ready for a long plane trip, followed by a pretty good size car trip. And I will let you guys know all about it after this all happens. I should have an episode for you next week. That shouldn't be a problem. Probably not going to do one that week when we come back from New York and head down to St. Louis. So I'll probably take a week off there. I probably really will take a week off there, not like I did last week, where I did do one anyway. This will be a real week off, and I'll have so many pictures and stuff for you guys to look at after this trip. It's going to be awesome. Really looking forward to it. Really 2 trips in a row, actually. But that's it, guys. Not much else to report. Job's doing great. I mean, I've been working real hard, getting some projects finished and cranked out. And they seem to really enjoy what I do. So it's everything's going really well with the job. I'm excited. All right. That's it, guys. I will get back to you next week. And I appreciate you guys listening. Pass this along. Don't forget to go check out the Dad Snark playlist on Spotify. I will put that link in the notes as well. And if you have any suggestions or anything for it, let me know. Send me a message. You know how. You can do it right here on Anchor or Spotify, whatever. It's actually, the app's called Spotify Podcast or something now. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. It's the same service. But you can hit me up there through the webpage. You can hit me up on Facebook, and you can also get me on dadsnark@gmail.com. And we're also at the Dad Snark on Twitter. So there's lots of ways to get a hold of me. Just reach out and let me know, and I can answer any questions or add things to the playlist, whatever you need. That's it, guys. Take it easy. I appreciate you guys listening. It's really freaking cold outside. I know it was 22 degrees this morning when I went and took my daughter out. Everything's just kind of straight up frozen. So if you do me a favor, really take it easy and get off my lawn.